good, my peoples? It's your boy Jamil Jackson. I'm sitting here with the one and the only Clifton Simmons, man. Let's give it up for my boy right here, man.
It's going down, baby.
Yeah, man. This is a total joke off, man. This guy right here, what can I say? He's a legend in the comedy game, man. He's doing comedy for a long time. He hosts a bunch of shows. He puts a lot of people on the comics. He does a lot in this city. If you know comedy in this city, you know who this guy is, man. So, hey, what else he do, man? Let me give you flowers, bro. He's a philanthropist. This dude's an author. You know what I'm saying? He writes books and shit. You know what I mean? He cleans up on Marbach. He does a lot. He does a lot. Let's give
Wasn't expecting that, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So how you doing,
Keynote speaker.
Yeah, keynote speaker, actor, ordained minister.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You need to get married.
Marrying people, you know, he got it all. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, give it up for my brother, man.
Hey, thank y'all for having me on y'all's platform.
Absolutely.
Sipping some good whiskey. And
Absolutely. Whiskey in the afternoon. How you do it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man.
I'm feeling good. I'm happy to be on here, and I don't get these opportunities all the time. I don't be on everybody's podcast. So, to be on here with good people, I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Thanks. Funniest person in South Texas.
Man, I'm trying, bro.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying, bro.
And you just closed out the Riot Comedy Club.
Yeah, I did that. I wouldn't have been, I mean, I would have done that, but at the same time, like, you saw me first. The very first person to see me do comedy in San Antonio is you.
At Bentley's. And that's one, to me, you killed it at Bentley's, but to me, Bentley's was, I was doing Bentley's for like a weekly check.
Yeah.
Bentley's was not the best place to do stand-up comedy at.
No.
The lighting was off. The sound was weird.
Good Friday.
People coming in and out.
Yeah.
I met some beautiful ladies, you know.
That
was when Bentley's was Bentley's.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. I got a couple questions for you, man. And this is for like the younger, especially for the people who, you know, just beginning like comedy, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was the hardest transition from like open mic to like feature to like headliner? Because there's a different type, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good question. So back when I started comedy, things are different now, but, when I started stand-up comedy, you work your way up the ranks. You really don't have to do that in this era. We had only we had about 2 comedy clubs, Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club and River Center Comedy Club. And so you started off with open mic. You did open mic for a long time. And then you became the host of open mic. You go from host to open mic to doing the All-Star Show. The All-Star Show was Mondays. And then from there, you hosted the weekly shows at the comedy club. You hosted for a while, and then you worked your way up to feature, then you worked your way up to headliner. So my logic was how hard it was. It was challenging, but I was fortunate to see a lot of comics before me make a lot of mistakes, and it took me forever to headline, but I was a host and feature for a long time. And like, if I had to give advice to like, younger comics, cause you don't really have to host no more.
Right.
You can go straight to headlining now.
Right.
But I recommend, new comics to, host.
Right.
Because that position is always available. I don't just host comedy shows. I host fashion shows. I host birthday parties.
Let me tell you, bro. I had to give another man his flowers, even though he stirs a lot of controversy. My man Duck Easy, when I first got here, he had me hosting a show that had like 25 acts. And I was like, what the F? But now as an older comic, I appreciate that, bro, because I got so much work at who's down at the reggae bar.
I remember that.
Who's down at the reggae bar, and I was like, man, I can't believe I'm doing hosting all these people. And I had an attitude, and I ain't really get paid. Shout out to that boy Duck Easy, man. He did that for me, man. He did that for me, and I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. You know what I mean? Especially being a little bit longer in the game. You know what I'm saying? Now.
And the reason why I'm pushing comics. The reason why I encourage comics to host is because I hosted for so long. I was the opener. When you're the opener, when you're the host, you're the first, you're the one that is going straight into a dead crowd. The crowd, they just they're still ordering drinks. They're not already hyped up. If you can make them laugh right then and there, then imagine what happens when you like headline when the crowd's already drunk. They're there to see you. Headlining, when I first started headlining, I was like, damn, this is easy. I used to be a low key afraid to headline.
Right.
But I'm able to wake the crowd up so hard that headlining is a breeze for me, bro.
Once you started headlining, what changed in your comedy?
What changed in my comedy?
Once you start, you getting those, because you went from doing local bars to doing mom and pop shops to doing LOL in club to traveling and being in Vegas to do like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? What changed? Like, at what point did you go from being like at Tandem doing jokes to, oh, now I'm in Vegas?
Well, I still have the same format. I was fortunate enough. My story, everybody, we all have a different story. I was blessed enough where I came up in a comedy club. I was the door guy. I was the door guy at Laugh Out Loud for 13 years.
Oh, okay.
And I also worked at River Center for several years as well. And so I studied the big time comics when they came to town. So like I have a certain way how things if you ever notice when we go do a mom and pop or like a shitty bar gig, what you ever notice how like I'm like, what the fuck? I gotta fix the lighting, you know what I'm saying? To everybody else is this is cool. Now I'm like, hey, we need to work on the lighting. I started fixing stuff just because I'm so used to things being a certain way. So how do I go? It's actually easier for me to do a theater, a comedy club, but like the bar, like a shitty bar, that's work. If you can make them laugh, I always tell people, I tell new comics, I encourage them to do all open mics. Cause if you can make them laugh at Elbow Room, you can make them laugh anywhere.
Right.
Cause Elbow Room, the setup is awkward. Right. Bentley's, the setup is awkward. If you can make them laugh at Bentley's,
you can make them
laugh anywhere.
Facts. Two-part question right here. One, who are your influences? Two, how did you develop your own voice instead of, sounding like your influences? Because like for me, one of my influences is Dave Chappelle, and I can't help it. I can't help it. Watching Half Baked and like, man, you know what I'm saying? Or watching that early stuff, like, man, I know I can do
Dave Chappelle definitely influenced you a lot, bro. A lot. I say keep doing it because only nerds like me can pick that up. You know what I'm saying? But like, cause you're never going to actually sound exactly like him, and you don't have the same jokes as him. You know what I mean? So I say, you eventually,
I hear it all the time. I hear it all the time. So,
my comedic influences, I'm going to give it to you like this. Robin Williams is one of my biggest comedic influences. D.L. Hughley is my biggest comedic influences. A lot of people locally, and he's not doing a lot of comedy lately. Jay LaFar. A lot of people sleep on Jay LaFar. Like, book Jay LaFar, man. Like, he's just, I'll say this on public record. He's just one of those people that just didn't transfer over to social media very well.
Okay.
Jay LaFar is like probably like one of the hardest comics in the city. Bobby Smith, even though you can look at me and Bobby and be like, oh man, they're really close friends. Bobby Smith was like, I looked up to Bobby and I still do. He was the first person I ever seen do live comedy. I was 14 years old. Bobby Smith.
You're not talking about.
I know it's hard to
upstage, Bobby.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was a huge fan. I didn't know he had just started comedy.
Mm-hmm.
He did my Aunt Kathy's play when I was 14 years old. And that was my first time seeing like live comedy in real life besides on Comic View. I was a Comic View guy. And, I seen Bobby. I thought Bobby was a rock star and like we would run to Bobby me and my family would run into Bobby in the city. I'd be like, oh shit. And now we're like close as hell. But,
that's dope, man. Shout out to my man Bobby upstage. That's what I'm talking about.
Ricky Smiley. I don't give Ricky Smiley enough credit as far as he hosted Comic View so good.
Yeah.
That it made me also want to be a host.
Yeah, he did that, man. Was there a certain what set that did you do? He was like, you know what? This is it. This is it.
Oh man, I'm glad you asked that question. I performed. Okay, so comedy. I did comedy for like 8 years. It wasn't really going anywhere. I was getting booked, but I went through a nasty custody battle, like gross, and almost lost everything. And I was ready to quit comedy, just get a regular job and take care of my daughter. And so I went on tour with these guys called the Hodge Twins, and I would do all their shows in Texas. And one day they had some shows in New York. I flew to New York with my own money, my own flight, my own hotel. And I told myself, I'm going to do these shows and this is going to be my last time doing comedy. Now I was going to probably do like maybe 1 or 2 big shows a year and that was it. And just work my job and become a manager somewhere. Right. I performed in Manhattan, New York at Caroline's on Broadway, and it's New York. There's a comedy club on every corner. You can walk from a comedy club to another comedy club in New York. So I was like, these people they're probably not going to like me. After that set, I got so much love in New York that I was like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So that was a defining moment for me. And that was like after 8 years of doing comedy.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Is a joke ever finished to you?
So to all my friends and family that, you know how like we got our close friends that be like, oh, you did the same joke. No, cause I do my jokes differently. Like sometimes it's the same joke, but I might add something to it.
Right.
Some jokes that I did 13 years ago, I can't really do them today. Like I have to like make them modern to today's time. So a joke is never really finished.
How do you turn like real life situations into stage material?
So how do I do that? What I do is some comedians, they write a joke, set up punch, you know what I'm saying, tag. What I'll do is I'll write the premise and then I'll riff it at open mic like 10, 20 times or go do it at a show and then eventually it comes together.
How do you decide what's too personal about a joke? Like, this is funny joke, funny time, man. I had gotten to a little incident got pulled over, and I had a gummy, and I got locked up for it, bro, for one gummy.
A gummy?
A gummy. Went to jail for one gummy. Fighting that right now. But anyways, my family chat, they thought it was like, when you go to jail, they take your picture. They got like a whole Facebook thing where they, like, even if you're not guilty, this is what your charges are. Like, it's all public record. So they try to humiliate you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've seen that.
On top of that. Some people who were close to me thought that shit is funny. And I'm like, that shit is not, ain't nothing funny about jail. Yeah. Nothing's funny at all. But but that made me think as a comedian. I was like, you know what? If I didn't think that was funny, then I wonder how do other people think about jokes that I might tell. That's not funny. So how do you determine what's funny? Like,
okay, well, my thing is, and this has hurt me in relationships. Like some of the females I've dated, like, not everything I say on stage is true. You know what I'm saying?
Like, facts. I hate that.
Not everything I post on Facebook is
true. I hate that.
Oh, I saw your post.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Bitch, leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get engagement.
I hate that. Yeah.
Like, sometimes some of my inspiration might come from something my homeboy went through and I made it mine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not everything I say on stage.
I hate
so
that.
What is stuff that is too personal for me? I'm trying to think. Cause I've talked about some gross Stuff about my life.
You were never created to fit in, you were called to shine. In Let Your Light Shine, Amazon best-selling author Clifton breaks you free from religion and leads you into biblical truth, identity, and purpose. Discover the Sabbath, the holy days, your true heritage, and a deeper covenant with the Most High. No tradition, no confusion, just truth. This isn't religion, this is restoration. Get your copy of Let Your Light Shine on Amazon today, and walk in the light you were born for.
I can't think of anything too personal, but I don't share everything about my life on stage.
Have you ever had to like completely scrap a bit you loved?
Yep.
I did too, bro. It was I first started doing comedy, and you know when you first start doing comedy, you don't think about the material you have. Like I made a joke about my ex that cost me dearly. Like her mom just completely stopped talking to me. I'm like, it's just a joke. But yeah, I lost that whole relationship.
I will say this: my Jewish bit, some joke, not just the Jewish bit, but some of my jokes are not for the crowd. Some of the jokes I do jokes that are just for me. Right. Sometimes there's jokes I have that the crowd doesn't even think it's funny. Like no crowd that thinks it's funny. I still do. Sometimes I just want to hear me do it. So I will say that I got those. I'm pretty sure you got those. Yeah. You got jokes that people don't fuck with. Yeah,
somebody wrote
that you just want to. Yeah, you just want to hear it for yourself.
I put that joke out there. Somebody wrote disgusting under my page. I hearted it. Thank you.
Oh, I love it. Like on TikTok when they do that shit, like, oh, where's the joke? That wasn't funny. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, I like to respond to those. I don't attack them because thank you for the view.
Facts.
Thank you for helping my algorithm.
Facts. What do you do when a joke bombs?
What I do when a joke bombs, I'll be like, all right, guys, not all at once. Some of these jokes are one person at a time. Or, I say, that was a well-written joke. And y'all did not laugh at that. If y'all hated that joke, you're going to hate the rest of my set. I don't recommend this to like people that look up to me. I want you to try to win them back. I personally feel that I know my stuff works. I'm getting booked. I'm booked and I'm busy. So the fact that y'all didn't laugh at that joke, if y'all hated that joke, I'm about to do a joke that you're going to hate the next joke.
Hate the next joke.
That's just me. I don't recommend you or anybody else to do that, but I think my shit is so funny that I'm going to do a joke that's 10 times worse. I have a whole nother set.
Right.
And usually me doing that, it wins them back. Cause it shows them that I don't care.
You don't care, right.
Cause other comics, and what I recommend my comics that I mentor, most comics are going to try to win them back. But with me, that
man, ain't worried about that.
Winning them back, trying to win them back doesn't work. So what I try to do is I dig myself a deeper hole.
Okay.
And by me digging myself a deeper hole, it wins them back. They're like, oh, this dude don't give a fuck.
Right. True story. True story, man. What separates a good set from a great set?
What separates a good set from a great set is when you stop, when we're able to let our guard down and start talking to the audience.
Right.
To where we're not even doing material no more. We're just kind of like riffing and freestyling along with material.
I was going to say the people. Yeah, the people definitely.
Yeah, I perform. The energy that the crowd gives me is the energy I give right back to them.
Right. How much of your act is scripted versus improvised?
I'm gonna keep it 100. Yeah, a lot of it is scripted, but like back to the previous question, if they're giving a good vibe, it's improv.
Right. I think it's good. I'm gonna say I'm a good 65.
Okay, on a percentage level,
so about 60% scripted, 40% improv.
Same. I gotta stay same.
Yeah.
But real talk, brother to brother, what I'm noticing, so when I came in, the crowd, the comedy clubs and bookers, they wanted you to be straight material.
Right.
But now this new age, especially with these TikToks, and I noticed the audience, they love that crowd work shit.
Yeah.
Like I used to be good at crowd work, but I was told, oh, when you do crowd work, that means that you don't have material. You know what I mean?
Those are those unwritten old stupid ass rules they have in comedy that don't make any sense. Some of them do, but that doesn't make any sense. Well, I think the people had a good time. It's always another comic telling you that you don't have material, or somebody who, you know what I mean?
The audience wants to feel like the audience want to feel involved, but also, especially with our people, black people want that shit to feel like it's right now. So if black people feel like it's scripted, they ain't rocking with it.
They ain't rocking with it. It's just the hard part about it being scripted. Like, yeah, it's scripted, but then you complain about hearing the same jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, like if you're 95% scripted, then every time you come to the show, you're telling the same jokes over and over and over.
But what they don't know, their favorite comic that they watch on Netflix did that same joke 100 times before they put it on the special. That's what they don't know. So I don't have no problem saying, yeah, my stuff is scripted. Yeah. Most of it. I salute comics that are able to like riff and you see me riff, but I'm talking about, I've seen comics riff their whole entire set.
That's 85 South show. They ripped it.
I believe I'm going to go with, I know that works. Most of these people have never seen me perform before.
Right.
The people that I'm talking about is my family and my friends that have seen me 100
times. Absolutely. And when did you start thinking of comedy as a business? At what point?
Day one.
Day one?
Yeah.
You getting money day one?
Well, I wasn't getting money day one. Okay, I take that back. I had gotten into some legal trouble. Comedy was a hobby, and then I got into some legal trouble, and I was like, man, I need to take this serious because they don't do background checks. And what separated, I had a lot of great comedians come before me, and I wasn't getting booked. You know Blair Thompson?
Yeah.
Okay. So Blair, he was getting a lot of the dope opportunities early on. He was opening up for the dope ass celebrities. I wasn't.
Right.
He's from my hood, and he's still a great comic. But I wasn't getting the opportunities that I wanted. So I took my own money and I started booking celebrity comedians like Shane from Comic View and a couple other people. I would make it look like I was the one getting booked. But no, I booked Goldie from Flavor of Love. I was booking like bigger comedians, and I was using my paycheck money from West Telemarketing.
Yeah.
And so if you want to know how I got on, nobody was booking me. I booked myself early on, bro.
That's what's up, bro.
So yeah, so when you say, well, when did you start taking this like a business? Very early on. That's like year one, bro.
That's what's up, bro.
Gang.
I don't know. Is this, Rob, we going to a commercial break or what you doing?
ATJO 60th Birthday Bash. Comedy special. One night only. Grown and sexy vibes. San Antonio. Are you ready?
Whenever I'm in San Antonio, Texas, I stop by Upsize Fashion for all my suits and accessories. Located right inside the Rolling Oaks Mall. They always get me styled for any occasion, and the best part, they'll ship my suit even if I'm on the move to another city. Whether you're big and tall or short and wide, Upsize Fashion got you covered. So next time you stop by, tell them Rico with the Salt and Pepper Gang sent you.
Shout out to Upsize Fashion, man. You want to come and get fly here in San Antonio, Rolling Oaks Mall. They got jackets, they got suits, they got hats, they got shoes. Come down here, man. Check us out, man. My boy Rod Echoes. We out here. Upsize Fashion at Rolling Oaks Mall, San Antonio, Texas. Holla at your boy. Hey, back with my man Cliff, bro. Hey, we were talking about an abundance of things, bro. I appreciate you coming down here and let me pick your mind, bro. I wanted to talk about the business side of comedy.
the business side of comedy. So
Yeah.
I will say this: my mentor, shout out to Walter Campbell. What he educated me on is your business is going to get you a lot farther than your talent is. So let's say when somebody helps, hey, I got a gig for you. After you do that gig, call that person back and say, hey, thank you, or give them a gift. You know what I mean? When we do these gigs, we got to make sure we're tipping the wait staff. You know what I mean? But treating our comedy and business like a business, like having good headshots. And what was your question? I took over.
Yeah, no, you good. I was thinking about, I was saying, how do you know what I'm saying, like the business side, like, shit, here we go. I'm going to another question.
Blame the Comic, one of my mentors.
Blame the comic?
One time I was working at a call center and I was like, Blame, man, how are you able to make all this money and you don't have this is when he wasn't viral. I was like, you don't have a big time like viral video, but like how are you able to take care of your wife and your kids doing comedy? Like I'm over here working like way harder than you and I got a job and I got kids. He said, how many hours are you doing a week at your job? He said 40. I said 40 hours. He said, what happens if you don't show up to work? I was like, they don't pay me. He said, when you start putting that same amount of money, that same amount of time into your comedy, it's going to pay you like that job.
That's fact.
And so
that's fact. I feel that 1,000%, bro. 1,000%.
I still, even though I get booked, I also call. We create our success, bro.
Right. I believe that, man. Man, how important is social media compared to stage time?
Man, social media is important. I'm actually just learning all that. Even though my social media has been popping, where I'm behind was the reels. I'm just now posting reels.
Yeah.
And you have to post that or I also book shows. And when I book other comedians, I'm like, or when I ask a comedian, let me get a headshot. If they send me a headshot of a selfie, I don't take them serious. They could be the funniest. They could be funnier than you. I don't take them serious. Like you have to have professional headshots. Your social media, you don't need to have 100,000 followers, but your social media has to say, hey, I'm an active comedian.
Right.
So the business part, you do got to take it serious.
Right. Facts, man. What advice would you give comics about branding?
The advice I would give comics about branding is be your authentic self and create. If you build it, they will come. If you take yourself serious, people are going to take you serious. Think about your favorite brands.
Right. True story. You gotta get out there and get it, bro. Switch on. Things are different now. Like comedy is always evolving. Like, do you self-censor? Like you censor yourself, like the things you say, or you just let it fly?
I do let it fly, but we do got to be mindful. It depends on what your brand is. If
like the Kill Tony comments out there, they just don't say racist.
Yeah, if that's what your brand is, like I off camera, I was talking to you about some stuff that you had posted, and I'm like, damn, I wish I could post some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I would lose a lot of people.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? Like I was living through your social media. Like I liked there were some things that you were posting. I'm like, man, I want to do that, but it would hurt my brand.
Yes, I ain't have a brand back then. I wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't thinking about that at all. That was the furthest thing from my mind from that video. We're gonna insert the video here, but that was the first.
I was like, man. Yeah. I was even messaging you. I was like, man, thank you. Yeah. I wish I could do that, but I can't because I would lose a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Speaking of brands, man, and I know you probably wasn't ready to talk about this. Last time I was on a podcast with you, I did something that went against my brand.
Yeah.
And I took a shot at a good guy, Dubs General.
Yeah.
And he didn't do nothing towards me. He didn't come for me. And I believe, even though me and him are cool right now, like I apologized to him behind closed doors. Yeah. That was on a public platform. And I want to apologize on a public platform right now and say, hey, I apologize for doing the shot at. I don't have any excuse on why I did that, bro. I like what he's about. And he didn't do nothing towards me, bro.
Right. That's real grown man stuff, right?
And he's a black man.
That's grown man stuff, right there. That's the way grown man handle business. You know what I mean? Hey, you said what you said. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You know, I think we moved past that right there.
And comedy is subjective.
Yes.
And I was talking to Dieta about that. My man is getting love. You know what I'm saying? I get love. There's people that don't like my style of comedy.
Absolutely.
There's people that don't like your style of comedy.
Hate it.
You know what I'm saying? And I think when I got on that podcast, I don't know. I just went left, bro.
Man, you know, shit happens. Sometimes, you know, things happen. It is what it is. Do you still get nervous when you do comedy?
No.
I
don't get nervous because I'm successful. Like, if these 30 people don't laugh at me tonight, you know what I'm saying? Is my career over? No, like, I just wasn't for y'all.
Right. That's true. What does success look like for you now?
Success, for me, looks like being able to control my schedule and spend time with my kids. Success looks like me being able to pay my bills with stand-up comedy. Right. Success looks like for me to be able, people say I inspire behind closed doors. I'm not going to post people's conversations, but we inspire a lot of people. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people.
A lot of younger comics, especially. I noticed this. Like, I was doing some interviews last night. I went to another late night mic. Gina, she had a late night mic downtown somewhere. I went over there. And I noticed, like, a lot of the younger comics fuck with me tough. And I was up there, I got like a handshake from at least 10 different comics. And that just shows you, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at, like, I'm 45 years old. You guys are my peers, but in comedy, you're my peers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you get admiration from those people. You know what I mean? That means like the Bill Williams of the world. I know for sure Bill Williams has been to 300 mics this year.
And one of the first things I ever told you, just because I've been doing comedy longer than you, doesn't mean that I'm funnier than you. Mm-hmm. I just got more experience than you. I know how to handle certain things better than you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Before we go on break, man, let me get this one question out. How has comedy changed you as a person?
Comedy has changed me as a person as far as, like, I've gotten to travel and see the world. It is a sanctuary where sometimes I'm not even just doing comedy. I'm really talking about, you know, some stuff that I'm going through. I'm able to pay my bills with it. I've inspired other people to do stand-up comedy. It has definitely changed my life, and I use comedy to give back to the community. Sometimes I have shows where I don't even touch the money. It goes back to a nonprofit organization. So, as much as I can wake up tomorrow and say I want to stop doing comedy, a lot of people will be affected if I stop doing comedy. So that's why I continue to do comedy, entertainment, and everything I do, because my brand is all about letting your light shine. And Christ said, let your light shine before men so they can see your Father's good works and glorify him that's in heaven. I also got a book on Amazon called Let Your Light Shine.
That's right.
You were never created to fit in, you were called to shine. In Let Your Light Shine, Amazon best-selling author Clifton Simmons breaks you free from religion and leads you into biblical truth, identity, and purpose. Discover the Sabbath, the holy days, your true heritage, and a deeper covenant with the Most High. No tradition, no confusion, just truth. This isn't religion, this is restoration. Get your copy of Let Your Light Shine on Amazon today and walk in the light you were born for.
Back with your boy, man, with the one and only Clifton, man. Appreciate you for doing this interview, bro. Hey, man, you had mentioned earlier that you looked up to Clifton, and is there anybody like, you consider, I don't want to say chasing, was anybody like right now, any comics in the city right now you're looking up to like, hey, man, I need to kick with that person?
I'm glad that you asked that question. So your question is there anybody that I'm chasing?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. I'm chasing myself because, like, you can get caught up looking. My best advice on this topic is get rid of pride and ego. That was like the best thing that I ever did was get rid of my pride and ego. I don't want to compete with this comic and that comic.
Right.
And because of me getting rid of my pride and ego, when certain comics in the city have success, I can literally legit be happy for them.
Right.
There was a time where I was competing with all these comics where I was starting to have the evil eye, like, oh man, I should have got that. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's fucked up, right?
Right. I feel
like,
you.
I can't celebrate. I can't. Okay. This is a great example. You're my real legit friend. You're like my brother. Mm-hmm. You won the funniest person in South Texas. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? If I was chasing you, I could easily be like, man, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I should have got that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
Instead, I was like, yeah. I felt like I won the funniest person in South Texas because I was like, oh, I was one of the first people to pay him. Like, and then when I was giving you opportunities, what I usually would say, I was like, hey, all I'm asking is if you blow up overnight, hey, let me be your opener.
I got you, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you, bro.
Like,
I got you, bro.
Having that mind frame of wanting to see my friends win, I'm not chasing nobody in the city because nobody, and if there's any comics that's watching this that are chasing me, I feel sorry for you if you're chasing me because, and that's not a shot. If you're chasing me, you're going to hurt yourself.
Facts.
Let me explain why.
Say that shit with your chest.
You're going to hurt yourself. It's not that there's a lot of talented comics in the city. The reason why I say you'll hurt yourself is because I'm in my own lane. I'm not trying to get certain gigs that other comics are trying to get. I'm a keynote speaker. You know what I mean? I'm a host. I host different events that are outside of comedy. I'm doing stuff in Vegas. I'm doing stuff in New York. I'm doing stuff in Cali. You're going to hurt yourself trying to keep up with me. Do I think I'm the hot shit in the city? No. Do I think I'm the funniest in the city? No. You know what I mean? But if you're trying to compete with me, you're going to hurt yourself.
Man.
So
ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
I can't do what Alvin's doing.
Right.
I like what Alvin's doing. And because I'm not trying to compete with Alvin.
Right.
Or I'm not trying to chase Alvin. When Alvin does dope shit, I can legit be excited for Alvin and be like, man, it's like I won. Like when you got the funniest person in South Texas, I felt like I won funniest person in South Texas.
That's why you're supposed to look at for your brother. You're supposed to look at that way.
But some people, and I don't know if you've experienced this.
Yeah, those people will never be successful.
Some people will see you get a little bit of success and start
hating.
Start either hating or start treating you a certain way. Yeah. We're not going to mention one comic. You're cool with this person, but one comic took you off a show because he saw you were getting too successful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't want to get like that.
Yeah.
Towards somebody. I'm checking myself.
But you have people that way. Those people if I am doing comedy and my comedy makes you feel insecure about your comedy, then, you know what I'm saying, And
so I don't look at what other comedians are doing.
Me neither. I hate that. I do not look at what other people are doing.
Have I done it before? Yes.
I don't look at it.
And you know what it does? It causes depression.
I don't do that shit, bro.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
how do you feel about a comic that asks another comic for help, but they won't help them? Just in assisting in writing or something like that. Say, hey, I got a joke. You help me out with this?
They don't have to help you.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
How do you feel? How do you feel about that? I mean, because what reason could they not want to help you? They don't want to help you to be successful?
They might not be that kind of person. You know what I mean? Or, and I'm not speaking for, I'm speaking for myself. Like, there's a new comic. His name is Xavier Jackson. I've been mentoring him, but I don't mentor every comic in the city.
Right.
People have reached out for me for help. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I'm not the comic. There's several other, there's stuff that Al can teach you as a comic that I can't teach you. You know what I'm saying? What you can learn from me is stage presence. You can learn, some business from me, but I can't teach you how to punch up your joke. You know what I'm saying? I can teach you, when you do that joke, you need to pause longer, or you need to make better facial expressions. A lot of comics won't be able to teach you that, but I can teach you that. But some people are not teachers. Some people are not mentors. Some people only care for themselves.
So do you think that workshops are money gimmicks?
No. I don't think workshops is for everybody, but someone like me, I grew up in theater where, the workshops are perfect for me,
Right.
for people like me. But there's several people that have never taken a workshops that are successful. I will say this about workshops, and I don't care whose workshops you do. You could do workshops online. You could do workshops for the improv. You could do workshops for, several different people.
Right.
There's some people that do stand-up comedy coaching.
Right.
You can do that. If that works for you,
Right.
that works for you. I've taken, Jade Esteban Estrada. He's a comedian, but he's also a professional actor. I've taken his classes and it elevated me. I tried to put, my good friend, y'all can show him this. I tried to put my good friend Jerry Debo Smith on the shit like that. And he was like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so how do you feel about?
He's still successful.
So how do you feel about? So Jamil, you would think Jamil is a seasoned comic, right? How would you feel taking feedback from Jamil?
He's giving me feedback. I don't know if I said it earlier in the podcast. I said, just because I've been doing comedy, or even you, or anybody, just because I've been doing comedy longer than somebody, it doesn't mean I'm a funnier comic than that person. It just means I have more experience than that person. Comedy has changed since I've done comedy. There's shit that you can joke about that you can't even joke about no more.
Right.
There's things like reels, posting your reels wasn't a thing. And, I'm just now posting reels on, social media. I wasn't doing that because I didn't have to post reels.
Uh-huh.
Back when I was coming up, as long as you worked hard, you showed up, built relationships, you got booked. But nowadays, if you're not posting on social media, you're not getting booked.
Right. No, because I've seen and I heard comedians that say, man, I've been doing comedy longer than them dudes that's on your panel. Why would I want them to give me feedback on what I do? So me personally, anybody knows funny. You know, it can be an audience member that can give feedback.
When, we're talking to Rod Echols, if y'all don't know who we're talking about. So when Rod Echols, I've been doing comedy for 18 years. Rod Echols been doing comedy for 6 months, a year.
1 year.
He's been doing comedy for 1 year. So, I've learned from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, even though I've been doing comedy longer than you, you've been able to show me ticketing systems
Over the comedy club. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, there's things I can still learn from you. what you have over me, you're older than me too. You have life experience.
Exactly.
So even though you've been doing comedy 1 year, you have a whole bunch of material of parenting, divorces, breaking up, marriage. You have experience of
Life living.
You have life experience. I told you that.
Yeah.
I was like, you have life experience. I was like, hey, you really haven't been doing, even though you've been doing comedy for this long, you were doing comedy in the military.
Right.
It wasn't called comedy.
Right.
You were doing some type of instructing.
I was a drill sergeant, so I got used to being up in front of 200 people.
I told you that.
Instruction, you know what I mean? So now when I was able to look at it that way, going up on stage was nothing. Like,
it just wasn't. It just wasn't called comedy.
Yeah.
You were doing something.
I was still cracking jokes. If you laugh, I smoke the shit out you.
Yeah. And so I'm not on some level just because I've been doing it for 18 years.
Right. And I felt the same way. So I have some comedians that don't want to come to open mic because they don't want feedback from people that haven't been doing comedy longer than they have. And that doesn't make sense to me because if just say for instance, I don't have comedians on the panel. What if I had audience members? They the ones that's recognizing what's funny.
I think when I did Total Joke Off, when it was at Triple Double, Ryan Herrera gave me some feedback that I actually applied. And I've been doing comedy longer than him.
Right. Exactly. So
pride. Okay, well, I will say this: as comics, we have a lot of pride, and we have.
I have to say, is that a pride
thing? We have a lot of pride and ego. And a couple of years ago, I felt like I was on some level because people were asking for my autograph, taking pictures, and I got humbled. And one of the people that humbled me was Bobby Smith, and it was I'm still eating humble pie. My good friend Bobby checked me on some shit, and I don't have an ego and I don't have pride, so I'm able to take feedback from people. But most comics, we're very prideful people.
All right.
I'm gonna ask you one more question, bro, before we wrap this joint up. What legacy do you want to leave in comedy game? Like what?
Comedy is just a tool that I use to minister to people. I use comedy because it helps me connect people. I like making people feel good. I'm a believer and I'm a truth seeker. I'm a servant of the Most High Power, Yahweh. And so my legacy is about letting your light shine. My goal was to make you feel good for a moment, as far as I just want to help you let your light shine. That's what my ultimate goal in comedy is. I just want to make you feel good. But I wasn't the most athletic, wasn't the most attractive, but I always had a gift of being able to make people laugh. So I just want to make you feel good. That's all.
What's up, man? Hey, well, there you have it, folks. That was a great hour interview with my man Clifton Simmons, one of the best comics in San Antonio. Please, if you have a chance, go check him out. What shows you got coming up, bro?
Let's see. I'm at Upstage Comedy Lounge tonight.
Okay.
Shows that I got coming on. You can find them on my page. Clifton is funny. I can't think of all the shows I'm like. I'm at the Cigar Festival, March 14th.
That boy working. He's working. You know what I'm saying? You can catch him on his page at Clifton is Funny. You can catch me at Jamil Jackson Comedy or Straight Up Comedy on Straight Up Stand Up on Instagram. It's me, your boy Rod Echoes, behind the ones and twos.
Shout out to Rod!
Shout out to Rod. Shout out to Upstage Fashion. Shout out to my girl Tan. Shout out to Layla. Shout out to the whole Rolling Oaks Mall. Everybody. Woo! Appreciate y'all, San Antonio Comedy. We love y'all. But we'll see y'all next time for the next interview, man. Until then, peace.
Hey, but before we go off air, I want you to fix that because you said Upstage Fashion. Yeah. Fix that.
I said Upstage Fashion.
You did. It's Upsize Fashion, sir.
Upsize Fashion.
It's all over the board behind you.
I'm going to give you my spring suit. I'm going to give you a spring suit from Upsize Fashion. I just also found out they do alterations here, too.
Right. I got my hot pink joint coming.
Peace out.
Peace out. Deuce.